it's Tommy here and welcome to a brand new Liverpool transfer news video, and we have to talk about the Roberto Firmino to Barcelona transfer rumors because there has been a big update. Plattenberg, a journalist, shares when Liverpool will enter contract talks with Bobby Firmino. He's a Sky Sports journalist and he weighs in on the rumors linking Firmino to Barcelona and the reports that Liverpool have offered Firmino to Barcelona for as little as £17 million, which I was very upset and angry about, I really hope that Liverpool will extend the contract of Bobby Firmino because Jurgen Klopp loves him, the fans love him, and he has been now at Liverpool for 7 years. He's a proper Liverpool legend and he needs to stay, in my opinion. And I don't think getting 17 million for Bobby Firmino, it's not worth the money to just sell him right now. So yeah, let me know what you think about this in the comments below. And if you enjoy these transfer news updates, leave a like and let me know what is your prediction for the big Arsenal-Liverpool League Cup semi-final. Liverpool can get to a domestic cup final for the first time in 5 years. That's way too long for a club like Liverpool to not be in the FA Cup or in the League Cup final. And we even lost the last League Cup final on penalties to Man City under Jurgen Klopp. And Bobby Firmino, according to Sky Sports journalist Florian Plattenberg, is set to enter into talks over his Liverpool future. This is what he said on the Firmino contract situation. He will decide for himself whether he will stay at Liverpool FC or not. Talks about his future will take place in the next months. So not right now. The club doesn't want to scare Firmino away. His relationship with Jurgen Klopp is still perfect. The rumors about Barcelona are not hot. This guy is working for the German Sky Sport TV station and website, and I think that is a very good update, and I'm happy about it because I want Liverpool to keep Salah, Mane and Firmino and add to the ranks in the next 12 to 18 months. I think if we could get another attacker like Diogo Jota, then I think Liverpool would be more well-equipped in the forward areas. And why not sell Minamino and Divock Origi, who are not good enough? I understand Origi's contract runs out at the end of the season anyway, so we will probably just let him go on a free transfer. But why not sell Takumi Minamino and bring in another Diogo Jota type of player? Don't get me wrong, I like Minamino, I think he's a decent player, but I think we can upgrade on him and we can get a better player in, and I don't think we have to sacrifice any of the front three because financially Liverpool should be able to spend some money without selling either Mane, Salah or Firmino, in my opinion. And yes, Diogo Jota is the future of Liverpool's attack, but we need a lot more than just Diogo Jota if we want to keep making successful seasons in the next 5 years. We really need to sign other players, and let me know who would you prefer. I think Rafinha, who has been brilliant for Leeds United recently, would be the perfect ideal candidate, but I'm sure that the Liverpool transfer list is very lengthy and we have many players on the transfer list. I'm hearing that Dusan Vlahovic is also of Liverpool's interest. I will probably make a video on him very soon because at the rate that he's scoring goals in the Serie A, it's mind-blowing, honestly. He's the top scorer in the Serie A and he is scoring goals for fun in the Italian Cup and in the Serie A. And he's just 21 years old, I think. And he's a powerhouse. And he would be a lot cheaper than Erling Haaland or Kylian Mbappe. And he's producing similar numbers in a very difficult league. The Serie A is not an easy league to score goals in. Teams usually are very defensive. And did you watch the team training videos that Liverpool released? Harvey Elliott was beaming with a smile when he arrived to his first team training in like almost half a season. And Jurgen Klopp gave him a big trademark Jurgen Klopp hug. And Pep Ynders also talked about Harvey Elliott. He said he didn't lose his football brain during the time he was off. Some players don't knock on the door, they run through it, and that's Harvey. Now he needs to get team fit. We are just really happy he's back with us. So it will be only a matter of time before he's fully back. And the good news is also that Origi and Thiago will be back in contention in a few weeks, and also thankfully Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain's injury is not that serious. He rolled his ankle, he twisted his ankle, and he had to be subbed off against Brentford, I think, after he scored. He will miss the Arsenal game, but he will be back for the weekend, for the Crystal Palace game, which is very encouraging. And Thiago and Origi are probably two weeks away, maybe. And Arsenal are confident that their tonight's match will go ahead, because they got their game against Tottenham postponed. How ironic. Arsenal fans were up in arms about Liverpool postponing their first leg game, and they said, oh, Liverpool are scared of Arsenal. And now Arsenal were scared of Tottenham? I don't think so. They just took advantage of the rules, in my opinion. And at the moment it looks like Arsenal will be without a lot of players, a lot of injuries, and also a lot of players for Africa Cup of Nations. But the fact is that the Premier League rules are very ambiguous, and Arsenal just had one COVID case and they still got the Arsenal-Tottenham North London derby postponed. Sorry, it was Tottenham-Arsenal, so it would have been at the Tottenham stadium, but Arsenal shouldn't have been able to postpone that game, because just have one COVID case, one positive COVID case, it's not enough for a postponement. But apparently the Premier League doesn't take that into account. They only take into account if you have how many available players you have. And because of injuries and because of the Africa Cup of Nations, Arsenal got enough players not available to postpone the game. And that's exactly what Arsenal and the Arsenal fans roasted Liverpool for. And I just don't understand. The hypocrisy is absolutely mind-blowing. And also there has been further truths revealed about the original case which got the first leg postponed, and why Liverpool got so many false positive cases. So the Athletic newspaper has been able to establish the following. Liverpool decided to send their players for precautionary PCR tests using a laboratory called Biograd after a round of negative lateral flow tests. Liverpool requested the postponement before knowing the results from this additional round of testing before the first Arsenal game. Liverpool conducted this additional testing because they were fearful of a second outbreak at the club, but it went beyond what was needed to get the tie played. Positive results were then returned for 13 players. That's absolutely insane. When these erroneous tests were discounted, neither the club or any of the other authorities in the process highlighted that development publicly, and Jurgen Klopp's incorrect terminology triggered the EFL into thinking it might have to open an investigation. However, it is clear that Liverpool had no motive to get the Arsenal-Liverpool game called off. Some Liverpool players were unhappy and frustrated. They were unable to play in 2 games and were forced into isolation away from their families despite not having COVID. So basically Liverpool are getting roasted because the club was overly cautious and very careful with its hundreds of millions of pounds in sporting assets, but did not appear to cynically seek a sporting advantage. And yeah, it's just when the truth comes out, it's pretty damning that many Arsenal fans were so quick to bash Liverpool at every opportunity, when Arsenal did probably something even worse. They postponed the game when they just had 1 positive case. Liverpool had 13 positive cases, and they didn't know that they were not really positive cases and that the test results were wrong until after the game was postponed. So how is that Liverpool's and Jurgen Klopp's fault? I don't really understand. And also an update on the Africa Cup of Nations. All 3 nations of Salah, Mane and Naby Keita have gone through to the knockout stages. Naby Keita has been very influential for Guinea. He scored, I think, 2 goals, but he also picked up 2 yellow cards, the last one in their last group stage game. So he will miss the round of 16 tie, and it's very frustrating for Naby Keita because the last yellow card was picked up in the final minutes of their final game of the group stage. The playoff round, we know some draws like Senegal are playing a team who are actually surprise packages to go through. So Sadio Mane has a very good chance to qualify for the quarterfinals of the Africa Cup of Nations. The other two nations, Guinea and Egypt, they don't have opponents yet because the group stage will be completed tonight, and that's when we will know the full draw of the Africa Cup of Nations. But I'm more interested, of course, in the Arsenal-Liverpool game. I think this is a huge game, and let's hope Liverpool can score goals and take their chances. If we play like we played in the first leg, Arsenal will go through. If we play like we can play, like we played against Brentford, then I think Liverpool will have too much for Arsenal. And I really hope that somebody will step up and be a hero, either Diogo Jota or Bobby Firmino or Minamino, or hopefully all three of them. I think that will be Liverpool's front line once again, and I'm really looking forward to the semi-final second leg. It is like almost a cup final, because the first leg finished in a 0-0 draw. There are no away goals, so whoever wins this game will go through to the League Cup final, and Chelsea are already awaiting their opposition. So let's hope it will be a Chelsea-Liverpool League Cup final on February the 27th, I think. That's where the game is scheduled, so I'm really looking forward to watching Liverpool once again. And also, finally, I want to talk about a quite sensational report that Luis Suarez is interested in rejoining Steven Gerrard at Aston Villa. What a transfer that would be. I would love it to happen, in my opinion. Luis Suarez back in the Premier League would cause so much chaos and mayhem, and it would be very entertaining. Suarez is a Liverpool legend, in my opinion, even though he didn't win a major trophy. He scored 82 goals in 133 games for Liverpool, and he joined Barcelona in 2014 for 65 million, where he won pretty much everything. But now at Atletico Madrid, he's not regularly starting anymore, and I don't think he would start every game, of course, at Aston Villa. But Luis Suarez is still a clinical finisher, a clinical goal scorer, and it would be fantastic to see him back in the Premier League. But let me know what you think about that. And also, I want to say my deepest condolences to the family and friends of Peter Robertson, who used to be the Liverpool club secretary and chief executive, and he sadly passed away at the age of 86. So he was a pivotal behind the scenes figure at Liverpool throughout a 35-year spell, which began shortly after Liverpool's first FA Cup win in 1965, and he basically oversaw probably the richest and most successful period in Liverpool's history. And I was actually quite sad when I heard about his passing, because he's a Liverpool legend, and he was 86 years old at the time of his passing. And I really hope that many Liverpool fans will remember him forever, because he's also a big part of Liverpool's history. And also, Neil Jones, a Liverpool correspondent in the Goal.com website, is reporting that Reece Williams, who is playing at Swansea City, or not playing, should I say, he's just on loan at Swansea City, but he's not playing regularly. Liverpool are set to recall him because Nat Phillips is expected to leave Liverpool in the January transfer window, so Liverpool don't want to be short on centre-backs, so we are set to recall Reece Williams, and he will get some opportunities, I think, when it is required. Reece Williams is only 20 years old. He was also a pivotal part. He played a pivotal part in Liverpool finishing in the top 4 last season, but he had limited opportunities at Swansea City, which I don't really understand, because Swansea are struggling in the bottom half of the Championship. They are having a very inconsistent season, so I'm not sure how Reece Williams is not getting into that Swansea team, but I don't know how good the other Swansea centre-backs are. So yeah, let me know what you think about all the things we talked about in this video. And come on, Liverpool, let's get our first domestic cup final in 5 years. Come on, let's do this. Let's beat Arsenal at the Emirates. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed this. Have a nice day. See you later. Goodbye.